Morning everybody, back at Cane Creek. We're going to go to Pritchett Canyon today. I know I got my motorcycle helmet on, that's because my face looks like a boiled turnip. Anyway, it's gloomy today, a bit gray and overcast. It was 1 degree and snowing this morning here. Anyway, yesterday was a bit of a write-off, so we're actually at day 3. It was pouring rain all day yesterday, and we had a bit of a ratchet strap malfunction. I'll post the video right now. So as you can see, the ratchet strap broke and the ramp fell out from underneath and down went everything. And then the trail we went to go on was so brutally hard with tons of rock climbing, we turned back, and I spent the day getting my ramps repaired. Repaired? Why? Because the entire city of Moab had been run dry of any sort of ATV supplies on the weekend. And they weren't going to get anything till towards the end of the week, so it was either completely abandon the trip or have a welder work on them and fix them the best they could and use them for the rest of the trip. And as you can see, the ATV is on the ground behind me, safely on the ground. And the ramps are in good condition, usable for the rest of the trip. So we're going to see if there's a bathroom before we leave, which I think there is, but I'm not positive. And then yesterday, or actually the day before, we went that way up Cane Creek to Chicken Corners. Today we are going back this way it's only about 500 feet. And there's a trail to Pritchett Canyon. So we're going to go that way today. Okay, so here we are again. We've moved. That other spot, Pritchett Creek, was a hell hole. The rock climbing again was horrible. There were spots that were, we ran into some dirt bike guys and they said don't even bother going past this. I had to winch up a few spots. And so if you're thinking of doing Pritchett Creek or Pritchett Canyon, don't do it on a side-by-side unless you have super high clearance and you can rock climb like a madman, and you're prepared to winch yourself on a regular basis. So we've gone all the way south, about 20 kilometers or 15 miles or whatever it is, to behind the rocks, and we're going to try to get to Pritchett Arch that way, which is the back door. Ha! Ladies! Back door. No? Okay. Anyway, hopefully we can make it this way. Let's give it a go. I'll insert some video of the little bit that we did on Pritchett Creek. We've got some phone footage, and yeah. So here's that now, and away we go. Sorry, it's really windy. Hopefully you can hear me okay. This trail got pretty hairy as well. It wasn't too bad the first few miles, and then it got into some really steep rock climbing stuff again. I don't know. Maybe I'm just getting old and scared. Wind is strong. It's like 3 degrees. 30 Anyway, we did stop at this beautiful spot here. I'm going to flip the camera on so you can see. I'm going to try to pick a composition here somewhere. See if I can get one of these old dead trees in it or something like that. And I'll flip the screen around and show you. So here's what we're looking at. We're not that far from the highway here. We're just actually behind the rocks. That's the name of the trail. But I don't know. It's just too hairy. This is easy looking at this stuff. You can see the trail going up there. The dog's roaming behind me. But yeah, once it got, like, this stuff is just beautiful. I wish it was all like this, but it got to some stuff where we were, like, it was near winching again. And it's a bit muddy and slippery. I don't know, I just didn't feel comfortable. There were some guys that went past us, but they had much larger machines with bigger clearance and way more articulation. My poor little stone razor is limited. Anyway, I'm gonna walk around here and I'll show you if I find a composition that I like. Okay, so I just kind of made my way down. I don't want to go too far off the trail just because it's sensitive area and they don't like you walking around in it. So I just went about 5 feet off the rock here, and there's this cool shot. I'll turn the camera around, and yeah, it's just a shot like this with this. It's got this little bush. Looks like I'm not sure if it's a sagebrush, and then a couple of these gnarly old dead trees. And the rocks in the back. I think it looked pretty good in the camera. I took one from the other side too. I'm not sure how it's going to look. Anyway, I'll have a look, and if it looks any good when I get home, here it is. Otherwise, I'm just kind of looking around into the cliffs to see if I can pick out some details, something interesting in the rock. It's a really cool spot. Might be a really nice spot for a pano. Might try that. Might put the 24-70 on and try a pano here. Might get a really good pano. So let's do that. I'll do one or two with the telephoto if either of them turn out, the one of the road or whatever you saw it. Otherwise, maybe I'll slap the 24-70 on and get a pano. Okay, so as you can see, I've got my helmet back on. The storm clouds behind us are getting thicker. I can feel raindrops now, so we're going to try to boot back to the truck before it starts pouring rain. There's some really like sandy, muddy hill climbs that we can do, or that we have to do. You saw them in one of the photos that I just took. If we get to the top of the hill and it's not raining, we might stop and see if we can get a shot of the La Salle Mountains. They were pretty nice when we started the run, so we're going to go back up the hill and take it from there. Okay, so we've given up on the ATV for today. It's too muddy and too cold, and it's only about 3 degrees out, but it is starting to get a little sunny. So we just stopped over here. We did a little drive up to the Canyonlands towards that area, and we stopped at the Monitor and Merrimac viewpoint. Those are the ironclad ships, the Monitor and the Red, named after two ships, it looks like. They're buttes made out of sandstone. So we'll wander over, have a look at them. And of course the dog is misbehaving as usual. So I can hear another dog over there, it sounds like. Could be doggy fest. Anyway, we'll wander out here. I hope maybe I can get a kind of a nice composition of these. It's not such a sensitive area, so we'll be able to get a little bit more free reign on composition. So let's wander around and have a look. Hopefully I can get, ouch, without falling, a little bit of light popping out from behind those clouds to light up the buttes. That'd be nice. Anyway, wander around here and see what we can see. Okay, so I tried getting closer up to the cliff and using the ultra wide, the 14 to 24, but the buttes looked so tiny compared to anything I put in the foreground. They didn't look as awesome as they actually are. You can see even with this wide angle lens, everything looks way so small in the distance when it actually isn't. They're massive towers. So what I did is I put my 24 to 70 on and I zoomed it into about 45 millimeters to get some compression. So I'll show you the back of the camera. That way, sorry, there's some glare there. That way, everything looks bigger or proportioned. That tree, old knotted tree, I really like that in the foreground. The bush I could do without, but it's there, so it is what it is, unfortunately. I'd like to have that, just that bare tree, but I haven't been able to find a spot with that cool of looking tree. But yeah, that's a little trick. So if you find that you're too close, well, there's some gorgeous light happening right now. Hold on, I gotta get a shot here. The sun is just peeking out and lighting up the cliffs behind here. So I'm gonna shut up and take a few more shots here. All right, so I tried a couple different compositions. I got a little further away, a little closer to the tree. The closer I got to the tree, though, it started to block out, or the tree became too much of the focus of the frame rather than just being a part of the frame. I want the focus to be the tree, to kind of take you into the buttes, not to overpower them. So I ended up, I think, liking the one where I was a fair distance back and compressed it a little bit, making the tree part of the frame but not the main focus. Anyway, if it turned out, here it is. And just like that, the light's gone. I did snap a few shots. Hopefully one of them turned out. Now we're just going to do a little wander around here. Apparently there's some petroglyphs just around the corner, so we're going to see if we can find them.